And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the KungFu Cup. The KungFu Cup week number 13 semi-finals. We just wrapped up with the upper semis, and Clem is waiting in the grand finals for the winner of the series. Who exactly, though, will face off against him? One of these two Korean Terrans. Let's find out which one. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Rainfall, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran. It is Percival. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Terran. We have the red Terran player himself. We have the South Korean Terran. For Team Liquid, it is Cure. Let's go. Let us go. We're settling into our TvT. And if you're in the chat, it is Gamba time. Predictions are open and place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats. A matchup that did occur off stream was Ryung versus Cure. Went to the ace match. And Cure did take down Ryung 2-1. We're happy to see that it went to the ace match, of course. But Cure taking down Ryung does bode well moving forward into the rest of this series. Now, Percival himself has also been looking like a beast in TvT. Remember, Percival did just take down Byun, so Byun has fallen to Percival, Ryung has fallen to Cure, so both players, they've already showcased their mettle in TvT. And now, how do they compare to each other? We have been seeing these two go back and forth. I would still give the edge to Cure, but like a 60-40 split sort of thing, where we have seen Percival defeat Cure in recent weeks as well. Like, they have gone back and forth in our open cups, in our open tournaments, and we'll see who comes out ahead this time, as we do have a double gas opener out of Cure. Meanwhile, we do have a single gas opener out of Percival. And now with this Percival, he will be able to go for a faster economy with a faster CC on the low ground. Meanwhile, Cure will have a faster factory and faster starport setup as well. Basically, Cure is going to be the aggressor, and Percival, he will be the defender. Let's go. Let us go. Now, coming into this, I will say that when it comes to the meta of TvT, we've been seeing a lot of 2-port 2-base play. A lot of 2-port 2-base all-ins. It's been just plaguing the meta through the past week. Hyper aggressive. When it comes to the rationale as to why, I mean, once again, it did pop back into the meta this year. The reasoning for this was because of the November patch. If you remember, the November patch did actually buff the Viking. I say buff, did make the Viking cheaper, and that did mean that it was possible to go for these 2-port 2-base plays, but also expand behind it as well and get a third CC. It made it less all-in, but still just as powerful. Nowadays, I feel like we've been seeing a little bit more just to be more aggressive, just to try to be more aggressive and more in your face, and just take that momentum and run with it a little bit more and try to disrupt a player, especially as the meta is still settling and as the game is still a little bit fresh because of the patch. It's a way to take advantage of that a little bit more. But we'll see if we see it throughout the course of this series. I would imagine we will, but we'll see. For now, going to be opening up. Again, it's going to be Reaper Hellion initially here from Cure. Rallying across the map as we speak. And it's going to be rallying. Meanwhile, Percival going for the CC on the high ground. Did skip his Reapers to go Marine first instead. Zero vision out of Percival. He is zero scouting. Reapers they poke in. And they're going to be forced out. Ooh, was one Reaper falls. Nice pick up by Percival. Very nice. Yeah, better the Reapers further in. Cure gets punished. And Percival, he picks up the second Reaper as well. Oh my god. 2 Reapers go down. Again, nice defense so far of our Terran. Cure back at home going for a very fast tank into an early medevac into an early push. Okay, so hyper aggression by Cure, opening up Reaper Hellion. The Reaper Hellion so far I would say has failed in terms of aggression, but behind this we're going for the early tank push to try to maintain some momentum and to try to punish the economy and try to break his opponent. It's quite committed and has a lot of potential, of course, but it comes down to the micro, it comes down to the control of both Cure and Percival. Percival, he will have one Cyclone to defend. Cyclone is out. We'll see if he can catch the medevac. Due to the dead Reapers and Hellions, it does mean there's less support for this army. So that does work against Cure. Here comes a drop. Can we catch the drop in the center of the map? Uh-oh. Who catches who? Who reacts first? Percival. Yeah, Percival does react first. He gets 1, 2, 3 shots, 4 shots on the medevac. Very nice. And the tank drop is denied. Wow, it denies the tank drop. Nice catch here by Percival. He does keep pushing. Does boost in. Oh, gets a look on the Hellion of all things. Not ideal. Percival getting greedy. He's gonna lose the medevac. Medevac goes down. Massive pick of the Cyclone as well. And Percival, he'll lose everything. He overextends. He got too greedy. Yeah, he got too greedy in the end. And with that, he will kill 1, 2 SCVs for the cost of a Cyclone, Marines, and a medevac. That was not worth it for Percival. Oof. And he got too excited back. So excited. Behind this, trying to build up his own tanks, his own Ravens. Building up into the mid game. I believe Cure should have a tank lead, and he does. Yeah, he does have the tank advantage. Meanwhile, going into reactor Viking production as we speak. Gaining that air control. Meanwhile, Percival going for the faster third CC. So Percival, he's once again going for a more economic route. He's being greedier. He's being greedy. And Cure's here to punish. It's on Cure to punish. As he is pushing across. And we'll see if we can get within range. As I believe these tanks can get within range of the CC. Oof. Can he force a cancel? Oh no. The answer is yes, he can. Yeah, CC's going to be delayed. Disable's coming in. Disable's both. Does catch 2 tanks. Raven's going to be going down to the Vikings. And these tanks are still a little bit out of range here for Percival. He does bring them down. Nice pickups. Gets 2. 2 tanks go down. Can we force a cancel? Oh, can he force it? He can. Oh my god, that's a cancel here on the CC. Trades with the workers as well. It's a lot of SCVs going down. Losing up to 9. Losing up to almost 10. 9 SCVs go down. Getting on top of the tank, sniping another tank as well, and another. Oh my god, that tank on the low ground popping off. Jesus. Cure, he baits it within range. Another cancel on the CC. After the disables, I thought Cure was going to be cleaned up, but no, he still maintains this position. He still trades well. Cure's up in workers, and Cure has a faster command center. True. Faster command center. A little bit messy towards the end. Cure up in Vikings. Does trade well. Ooh, catching up both Vikings. He gets 2. He wants another. He wants all 3. He wants them. Did we just land on the tank? We do. Yeah, we just land on the tank. Oh my god. Free damage. Pulls back to the safety of his own. Again, achieving just so much damage with so little. Oh. That's Percival. He's barely holding on. More Vikings are arriving. The Vikings are quite low in HP here for Cure. Yeah, they're quite low. And Cure pulls away. Yeah, finally does pull back. But again, the damage has been done. Now landing his own third base. Despite the openers, now suddenly he's ahead in set economy. Head in the third base location. Likewise, Firehead and Vikings. We have 8 Vikings versus 2. We have 3 tanks versus 2 as well. So Cure, he's up in Vikings, up in tanks, up in air control. The one thing that Percival has is a higher Marine count. And I believe Stim? Yeah, he has Stim as well. So Percival, he has Stim, he has more Marines. That can help make up for some of the deficits a little bit. If we can catch the army unsieged, for sure. Just got the man with gun. Cure gets spotted. Alright, so we're trying to be proactive. They scan each other. Cure, he's been healed up. Uh-oh. That's a lot of Vikings. Making his way into the main. There is nothing to defend in the main base. Production's exposed. Does focus on the add-ons. Waddles into the middle line. At the same time, Percival is stimming in. Oh my god. Oh god, the tank light. Stims into the tanks. Not like this. 11 SCV is going to be going down. Could always just lift and fight the Vikings head on. Drop into the main. He's finding some damage here. Getting 6 SCVs. But GG gets called. He gets cleaned up. It's just too much damage, and Cure takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Cure does take a lead in the series, and with that, Cure will take a lead. He'll be up 1-0. Once again, though, it was very intense in the early game. It was just Percival just being too aggressive. He was being overly aggressive, overly committed. He, in the end, did end up losing his lead early on, and we saw Cure just snowballing out of control with a massive tank push across the map. Was able to take over the main base, cancel the third base twice, killed all the SCVs, sniped tanks as they were being produced, and it was just a very chaotic early to mid game there, which Cure did dominate. And with that, GG. GG, well played. With that, we are now getting ready for our next game. We're going to be loading into lockdown. Let's go. And again, we'll see Percival can fight back and force the ace match. Let's go. And we shall see. So again, we're loading into lockdown. A bit of a larger map in the map pool, in some sense can be more defensive, but we expect hybrid aggression again. Like, TvT is known for being aggressive, known for being very in your face, as we just saw. We should see that trend continue here as well. Let's go. Spawning in the top right hand corner of lockdown, we have the blue Terran player, himself. We have the South Green Terran down in the series. Can he bounce back? It is Percival. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Terran from South Korea, representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is Cure. So we are settling into game 2. Again, coming into this, welcome to Lockdown. Lockdown is a larger map. The map pool does have a low ground. I say low ground. There are like, what, 4 or 5 different planes of elevation. It's crazy. It's a lot of high ground here. We do have a high ground natural and a higher ground main base as well, so your 2 base setup here is very safe, is very secure. The third base here is going to be on the low ground, or you can go for another elevated position here for the linear third base instead. Now, this position in between the bases can be abused 100%. You can abuse this position. You can try to wedge yourself in between the bases depending on how our players do expand. To help alleviate some of this, you can actually knock down these cooling towers. There are cooling towers here just outside. You can knock them down and fully wall this area off. So you can fully wall off and try to build up on 3 bases, but again, we do expect to see some more intensity coming into the early to mid game. That's what we expect. For now, single gas opener at a Cure, single gas opener at a Percival as well. So both players going for economic starts. So far, so good. We're calming down after an intense game 1. Calming down. Security is checking with the proxy location. Does check the third before pulling back. Just making sure it's safe. Percival going for the CC on the high ground. We do see Cure going for the low ground CC instead. So a slight variation here. Cure is being a little bit greedier. Percival is being safer. This will benefit Cure. So Cure, he will have the slight economic edge over his opponent, as he can mine faster and there's nothing to punish him. Once again, Cure checking the proxy location before moving out. Checks the linear third. Doesn't check that triangular third though. I mean, it is a bit of an awkward position to try to proxy. Just playing it safe. You're just playing it safe. Likewise, from here, we're waiting to see the timing of the starports, the add-on setup as well, whether we go into early cyclones, early tanks, whether we build up into a second starport as well. We did see Cure embrace reactive Viking production last game, and in my mind, we should be seeing something similar here as well. Oh. Hello. Starport is a little bit faster here for Percival. Does go for the earlier tech lab on the factory, and do we go for the add-on swap here? Eyes are on Percival. Meanwhile, Cure just opening up Marine into Hellion. Later Tech Lab. Cyclone first. We're still setting up. Okay, we're going to make the Tech Lab here on the starports. Cure lined up with a swap. Okay, there it is. So early add-on swap here by Cure. With this earlier Raven or earlier Banshee play is going to be the faster Raven for Cure. So faster Raven production. The difference here, of course, is that Percival, he will have, I believe, a second Cyclone. Just the one. Yeah, it does get the Cyclone. No Cyclone at a Cure. Cure is cutting corners. He's cutting corners. He does have a weaker army here in favor of a stronger mid-game, ideally, with more Ravens, with earlier disables. So again, just these slight variations from both players. Again, I would say slightly in favor of Cure. Percival cutting corners, rushing into his third CC. Okay. Does rush into his third base. We do see an add-on swap here, so we're rushing into a third. Delayed tank production here by Percival. He will have a much weaker army, but rushing into earlier stim. Early stim, early bio, late tanks. And we'll see when and if Cure moves out. There's going to be a window in time here where Percival can be punished. For now, it does build up 2 Ravens. Then into the swap. Here comes a reactive Viking. Here comes Cure's move out. Now, I believe because this third base was so fast, it will not be cancelled. It will finish, and it can always lift and be pulled away. So Percival, he will get away with his third CC this time. We'll see what Cure can punish. As again, we mentioned before, the Cure, he's up in tanks. He's going to be down 1 Raven. True. Disable's going to be crucial. Does scan, does spot the 1 tank. Cure looking to move in. Here comes the Disable. Does get the tank. Actually going for the auto charge instead. Yeah, auto charge they get thrown down. Tank will fall, maintains this position, just going for the kill. The boys are being pulled, and this is brutal damage here. Nice disables here from Percival, but the SCVs, yeah, so many SCVs going down. 20 SCV kills, critical damage. Ay, ay, ay. And Percival, he is punished for his greed. Again, he rushed into the third CC, but he gets punished for it. Again, Percival, he only had the 1 tank as he was cutting tank production. Tries to stem in, but GG gets called, and Cure, he will snowball out of control. He will take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. Hyper aggression out of Cure, claiming the series 2-0. No chill whatsoever, just building up and pushing on 2 bases. Once again, as we mentioned, Percival, he did decide to cut corners, be greedy both in game 1 and in game 2 as well, rushing to these faster expansions, but he never got into it. He never built up into his 3-base economy. He never got there. GG. GG, well played. Percival just thinking a little bit too far ahead here, especially in Korean TvT. Like, no shot. Like, it's so difficult to get away with that. It's possible that worked against Byun. Byun is typically traditionally a bit of a more passive player in the early game. He's more active in the mid game, but here Cure, he was very aggressive, very in the face of Percival. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have the grand finals. It's going to be a best of 5 between Cure and Clem. Oh boy, it's going to be a rematch. For those that weren't here this morning, Clem and Cure, they faced off in the Big Azor Cup earlier this morning in the first tournament of the hotfix, and Cure took down Clem 3-0. He 3-0'd Clem. So Cure had a very strong showing versus Clem in their TvP earlier this morning. We'll see if in a couple of hours Clem was able to come up with a better response, a better reaction with a different style against Cure. Oh boy. We shall see. The rematch, Pappy, the rematch.